Who has more vassals and force limit than the emperor after revoking, guys? Right, it is Lübeck. With 1.34 Lion of the North, Lübeck is the new vassal swarm inside of the HRE. Currently, we have a force limit of 186. This is more than the biggest contender for us. Even the Ottomans only have 180 force limit. We have a tremendous huge income. We earn 50 ducats while we are having 100 mercenaries. So who can beat us? I think no one. Additionally, within the big vassal swarm, we have additionally access to all the missions of our vassals. In my case, I was lucky to get Brabant as it was a one province minor in my trade league, and because of that I have now access to all the missions of Brabant who are actually the Dutch missions. So it's really amazing. I can dominate the English Channel, and with all my other vassals in the south I can dominate the south of Germany, and I will show you how that works. My name is MP. Welcome to 1.34 Lions of the North, Lübeck. Let's start talking about Lübeck, guys. Lübeck is in the north of Germany and is the leader of the so-called Hansa, an old German trading or merchant republic organization. And Lübeck was part of it with many other cities like Hamburg, Bremen, and who does not know it, there's even Wismar, Rostock, all these kind of cities, and Stralsund. These kind of locations were all called Hansa cities, and they're still called Hansa cities today. So what we need to do as Lübeck is conquer everything that is part of the Baltic Sea and everything that belongs to the North Sea. Additionally, we will expand into Sweden, Denmark, Gotland, Prussia, and we go far to the south and try to get as many trade provinces into our reach. The mission tree, guys, is helping us with consolidating our power. First, we need to build up a certain force limit, and afterwards it's basically everything about conquering around the area. So for example, safeguarding the Salt Road is about Sachsen-Lauenburg, Lüneburg, Celle, to conquer these kind of areas. Additionally, we need to conquer everything in the Mecklenburg area to additionally expand in the Hinterpommern and Vorpommern area. This is basically our first goal. If we conquer these kind of areas, we get the next missions to basically conquer the Weser area. And so we basically expand slowly, step by step. The bottom part of the mission tree has a lot of buffs, but it's mostly about expanding inside of our province, building a lot of buildings, like a marketplace, a workshop, having a certain kind of development, and if we fulfill certain kind of conditions, we even get more production about fish. So we basically can change our good from naval supplies to fish, and then we are basically competing against the Skåne-Lund region. In the end of the mission tree, we will change our produced good from fish then to gold, and we have basically the best produced gold mine in the north, and this is really crazy. And additionally, the gold depletion chance is really low, so it's a huge buff. And if you have completed everything like that, expanded your city, build a lot of heavy ships, you will be able to be the queen of the Hansa. It's basically you vassalize with one click all your trade partners. So as more one province minors you have in your trade league, as more vassals you will get. And this is really crazy because in the end you can run up to 12 or 15 vassals and just dominate everyone. Let's talk about how we start. As usual, we do little things. First, we start talking about the estates, right? So we need to give out all the kind of privileges to our estate. We start as usual with the clergy, we give the religious state. Additionally, we give out religious diplomats. We don't give out for now the Clerical Advisory Council because we need to step up very soon. Additionally, for the nobility, we get primacy of the nobility. We give out increased levies. We do not give out supremacy over the council because it increases the Burgherr's influence. And one problem with trade republics is that the Burgherrs have a lot of influence, so we need to be careful with that one. Afterwards, we do land of commerce, and we do indebted to the burghers in the beginning because we need money, like usual, and we give out private trade fleets. That's it for now. Then we thumb in the diet. Hopefully we get a good mission, but in the end it doesn't matter so much. For me, I will just take the prestige for now. It doesn't matter. And then we seize land. Next, our first mission is basically to build up to our force limit. That's why we have the loans. We hire the free company. Yay! We send out our ships for collecting trade, protecting trade in Lübeck. Yay! And additionally, we build up 2 galleys. Next thing what we will do is we will ally Hamburg. We wait 1 day and we ally Bremen. With that one done, we wait until the month is over. Regarding rivals, it doesn't matter so much, but I would rival everything what is around you. So it's basically Mecklenburg, Saxe-Lauenburg and Lüneburg. We will attack on the 11th of December one of them, because normally they do not ally each other. Mecklenburg not always, allies the Teutonics, and these guys normally stay alone or ally someone in the west. But it doesn't matter so much for us, because we can call in Bremen and Hamburg. 22nd of November, as you can see, my free company is ready. And now additionally we claim this mission. And afterwards we have basically claims on everything what belongs to the Luebeck Trade Node in the north and next to Lübeck. And now let's hope and wait that nobody will ally our neighbors. So far so good. 1st of December. Saxe-Lauenburg is still alone, good for us. Lüneburg only allied the Teutons, as promised. And Mecklenburg, they only allied Dithmarschen. That's good news too. So what we will do now is actually 2 things. We wait for the 11th of December and hopefully can declare against Saxe-Lauenburg without any kind of ally. As you can see, Saxe-Lauenburg has allied Dithmarschen. That's a little bit unlucky for us, but actually this is actually lucky for us because we will declare against them too. Let's see. Dithmarschen. Oh no, they have too many friends. We will not co-belligerate them. We will just declare against them. And let's take first out Saxe-Lauenburg and afterwards take out Dithmarschen. That's 1. Right now we continue going to Dithmarschen. Additionally, something that we need to do. In the meantime, we try to improve relation with the Emperor. Because one of our missions says we need to have 1-2 relation with the Emperor and we need to have a statesman or a diplomat hired. With that, we get 25 trust. And with this 25 trust, we can ally the Emperor, and this basically allows us to get land without that he wants to have it back. Let's finish first the war and maybe afterwards hopefully ally the Emperor. With the second diplomat, you can improve relations with Dortmund, Frankfurt, and afterwards with Nuremberg, Strasbourg, and even later on you can check for Goslar or Aachen. All these kind of cities that I mentioned right now, we will try to get sooner or later in our trade league. Let's first finish the first war. 2nd of August, as promised. We are done with the war. We have Dithmarschen and we have Lauenburg occupied. And additionally, we have one-on-one relations with the emperor, and I've hired additionally a Diprop guy. So what we do now is we do this imperial allegiance, we get trust with him, and we get a subjugation card as well as on Dithmarschen, but we already occupy them. So with Austria, we have now 1011 minus, they will not allies for now. So what we will do is, we will just subjugate both of them and make them our vassals and continue improving relations with the emperor. Additionally, with the mission tree, we got claims on all Holstein, and maybe there's a good opportunity later to attack them. So for now, let's get Lübeck, Dithmarschen as our vassal, and we do the same with Lauenburg. And now we have already 2 vassals. We can give out a new privilege that makes them a little bit more loyal, and we get 2 more relation slots. Yay! Okay, next thing is we need to improve relations with these both guys, and additionally we try to get now Frankfurt into our trade league. I already improved relations with them, so that is possible for me. And afterwards we do the same with Dortmund. As you continue playing, there will be lovely missions like this one, when you have lots of good relations with Riga, and basically it will force Riga into the Holy Roman Empire. Actually, it protects them. We will do that. It's very good for us. Another advantage of Lübeck is you start normally with a very good ruler, something like that. And with this kind of ruler, you get ahead in technology very, very fast. So let's push forward to it until we are leading all kind of technologies, and then we will develop Lübeck until 30. As soon as you're able to ally the emperor, the game will get much easier for you inside of the HRE, because the emperor cannot claim back his territory. So let's ally him for now, and let's see how the game continues. Afterwards, don't forget to improve relations with your vassals, because they will be pretty disloyal. There will be a moment in time when you are getting Tech 4 in military. All your neighbors will only have 3, so that's a huge advantage for you. As soon as you hit Tech 4 military-wise, I would recommend you to attack your neighbors. In my case, it was Mecklenburg, the ally to the Teutonic Order and Verden. So I think we can manage that. We have 2 vassals, we have Bremen and Hamburg. I think that's totally possible. So we will attack them now, and let's see how it plays out, but I think we will win this war. So in my case, this war took a little bit longer than expected. The Teutons put up a hell of a fight, and I was losing a lot of manpower. But nevertheless, I won the war, and I'm just piecing them out, take all their money. I don't want more, because I'm actually only was interested in the Mecklenburg area. We take it all for us. And there we have it. Mecklenburg is in our hands, and there's only one province missing, this is Prignitz. And we will take that sooner or later. Right now, Brandenburg is aligned with Denmark and Ansbach. That is pretty mean, but pretty sure they will get in a fight with Sweden, because they are already very, very disloyal. Let's see how it continues. Additionally, we have more areas to expand on. So to expand, we actually need to conquer Lüneburg too, to make it our vassal. Or we just get the provinces, and afterwards we get claims on the Verden area and additionally on Oldenburg. So let's continue with that one for now. We have not spoken about government reforms for now. As usual, I think Republican tradition is very important for a republic like we are, a trade republic. There are a lot of good things like that one, the meritocratic rule. It gives us plus 5% good produced. This is amazing. The other bows like missionaries is not important for us right now, because there are no provinces that we need to convert. And more manpower is normally always nice, but because we are a trade republic, we actually swim in money and we will have a lot of mercenaries. So if you would choose something, I would pick that one or that one. I will go for now for the meritocratic rule because 5% more goods produced is actually amazing. Additionally, don't forget to build the marketplaces as soon as you can in Lübeck, because with that one, and as soon as you improved your province 4 times, you get trade efficiency and institution spread plus 20%. And you know it has been already spawned, the Renaissance and Venezia, so let's dive it up. Oh, Bokas do not like us, but doesn't matter. With conquering the Mecklenburg areas, we get more claims on Wolgast and Stettin. This is another road for expansion. So we need to conquer these kind of areas because it all belongs to the Luebeck Trade Node, and there are a lot of estuaries and even natural harbors in here that we want to get, and we will soon get them. As I realized, as I was coring my provinces, I realized that Lüneburg's ally, Teutonic Order, is actually not really motivated to fight anymore. So I will just attack them and get the provinces too. And if it gets too hard, I still have Hamburg to call into a war. But we should be advanced in Miltech, so it shouldn't be a problem for us. Yes, as mentioned, a stack wipe. One thing that is really important inside of the HR is prestige. So lots of prestige helps you to reduce your aggressive expansion. So we were victorious against Anhalt. So now we will basically end all the rivalries. And this gives us a lot of prestige. They only have 2 rivals, sadly. So we take the war rips and transfer trade power. That gave us 14 prestige. This is 14 prestige. We now additionally get Lüneburg. Oh, and we have fulfilled the mission. Very nice. Finally. And now additionally we get these 2 provinces. Still no aggressive expansion for us. That's nice. 2 more provinces. And with that one, we can fulfill the mission with the safeguard of the Salt Road. So safeguarding the Salt Road basically gives us 1 more admin power. Right now we get plus 10. With that one we get plus 11. That's really, really nice. And if Hamburg has 160 opinion of us, we get dev cost reduction. Luckily we had this, because they're part of the trade league. So if we want to dev up now Lübeck, we get even more modifiers in here, right? The development works of the Hansa, minus 15%. That is really, really helpful. And additionally, we now can get expand the Altstadt, trade efficiency and institution spread, because we built a marketplace and we devved up 4 times. Nice. And now it's spreading like crazy here. Right, 1.38. We will dev up Lübeck a little bit more until 30 development. When we continue with the mission tree, you will see very far at the bottom, especially for Queen of the Hansa, we need something like 75 mercantilism. Right now we have only 26. Trade republics get a lot of events to increase mercantilism, but we will push our luck and help a little bit. So for burghers, we have there something called monopoly on textiles. We give that out for now. And for nobility, we do the same with monopoly on livestock. You will get more provinces to hand out these kind of privileges. We don't need so much the income from the produced goods. We need more the income from trade. And later you will get wool and iron. There will be a lot of goods that you can add to your privileges. Very important, guys. Always look out what's happening around you. So I guess you can see Denmark is in a huge fight with Bohemia. And additionally, Brandenburg is allied to Denmark. So this is an opportunistic war against. We will declare for Prignitz. And additionally, because Brandenburg is our rival, we will humiliate them afterwards. So as you can see, the war with Brandenburg is done. Now we take Prignitz. Additionally, we humiliate them. As you can see, we could later even vassalize them. And this will be one of our goals for one of the upcoming wars. We want actually to vassalize Brandenburg or Saxony, because we want to buy the electorship. You will see soon we will swim in money. But for now, let's only take Prignitz, humiliate them, take all their money, take war reps, and that's it. When your government reform continues, I would always choose frequent elections. Faster elections make your ruler level up faster, and this is one of the skills of the republic in the beginning and is really helping you a lot. So faster elections. As soon as you embraced Renaissance or got admin tech 4, you are able to pick your first ID group. I would recommend plutocratic. Plutocratic forms pretty well into a merchant republic. It gives you discipline for mercenaries, and mercenaries get cheaper, and you get more moral. These both ideas are pretty good because you will rely later on a lot on mercenaries. Additionally, you get a merchant, goods produced, and development cost reduction. So that's actually very nice, and manpower recovery speed. Let's take it for now. So what can happen is that Teutons don't stay stable and something like that happens. So Danzig is formed, and as you know, with 1.34, Danzig afterwards gets vassalized by Poland, and Poland make out of it the Ducal Prussia. That is sad, but it's not a problem. We sooner or later we have to mess with Poland anyhow. Additionally, Brandenburg has almost eaten up. So there are now 2 provinces minor, and as soon as truce is over, we will declare on them and make them our vassal. Additionally, what I did is I warned everyone around Brandenburg that hopefully nobody is declaring against them. So let's see how that game continues. For now, I try to expand more into the western part of the Luebeck Trade Node and in the eastern part. But the alliance network is pretty mean. So they have here Teutons, they have Bohemia and Oldenburg, and they have Poland. Over here they have Denmark again. So this will be pretty mean. But an option is, as soon as Denmark has integrated Holstein, I can ask the emperor to help me against Denmark, because there's in the mission tree there's another mission. It's called Pen and Sword. All province belongs to Lübeck, and basically the Holy Roman Emperor helps me, gives me prestige, and I get a core on the Holstein province. It will now take a few years, and we just continue playing. So this is actually a funny mission, right? Finance the guild. As soon as we have built a workshop, we get a shipyard in Lübeck. Every member in Trade League will get the same new reward. So basically, even Hamburg should have a shipyard now, and they do have. Bremen too. So that's actually very nice. Sharing is caring. In my case, Denmark has lost a heavy war against Muscovy. Muscovy carved their way into Sweden. So I think that is the right moment and time when we need to attack Denmark. And as you can see, they would like to help us. Maybe I can convince them. Getting a diplomat guy. And let's see. Oh yeah, they're willing to help. So let's get Holstein and Schleswig back. As soon as the third government reform kicks in, you have again the option between 2 of them. So I would pick expand temporal rights because that makes our administrative advisor cheaper, or you could go for the maintain balance of power for all the estates loyalty equilibrium. Another mission that you can easily complete very early in the game is expand the admiralty. So basically you just need to have a naval reformer or a dock or a dry dock. In my case I have a naval reformer for the navies, and with that I can easily complete this mission. And now I've got an admiral with skill 50, and because I already got the shipyard from the mission on the other side, I will have now the Hanseactic cock, and that gives me naval leader fire and 2000 sailors. In the first war you're maybe not able to beat the Danish navy, but it doesn't matter. As long as you conquer or occupy the Jutland territory and the Schleswig territory, that would be enough. After a certain moment of time, they will just give you the territory, and that's it. Our next goal should be to make sure that we have at least 50% of trade power in that region to kick off the peace of Wartlingbörg. Additionally, there's a dynamic reward for that. It is a little bit secret. As soon as you have thick salt production here, and with the next mission, you get a bigger reward. Additionally, as promised, right now we don't have a core on Schleswig-Holstein, but because I have one-on-one relation with the Emperor, I click this mission, zack, and I only need to core one province. And with that, additionally, I get more trade power in that region, and I get claims on Oslo, Akershus, and additionally on Elfsborg over here. And with that, we should be soon able to complete this mission. There it is. And now we actually can complete that mission. We get more trade power, and as I mentioned, now comes the Hering migration. We need to have 6 development in a salt province. Let's take that one for now. Let's wait a month and go for that mission. And as you can see, there's a secret achievement that we can get here. With salt, you get +2 local goods produced, and now we produce fish instead of naval supplies. Nice. But as you can see, clicking all this kind of mission, it just does not stop. Now we get local construction cost and local goods produced +20%. We even get that one, and every member in the trade league will get the same reward. So all the trade members will get pretty rich, and because they get rich, we will get rich. And now we have so much goods produced bonus in here, it's just crazy. We will get super rich now. 18 ducats, it's 1472, and we only have a few provinces. So let's build up our territory now, and afterwards make sure we get a huge waddle swarm. As I mentioned, we will declare against Brandenburg as soon as we are able to, and I did that right now. So this is an Elector, and we will vassalize them, and because of that vassalization, we will later able to purchase the electorate or ask Austria to transfer to us. There are multiple options. I really like this kind of option. But for now, do we have a collusion? No, I think we can make it. So now we actually have here the option to purchase the electorate for 6,000 ducats. We will swim in money very, very soon. And I promise you, until the end of the 15th century, we can purchase it. Or we can request it. So for that we need 200 opinion and 80 trust. Let's see, 200 opinion, we can manage that. 74 trust. I think that's easier instead of spending 6,000 money. Let's go for that option. Additionally, what we can do, because Brandenburg is now in our hands, we can use a lot of reconquest casus bellis. The reconquest Neumark, reconquest Alkmaar, and additionally we can fight against Bohemia. They're allied with the Ottomans. This will be actually later a very interesting fight. Let's see how we do that. But actually we have a lot of reconquest casus bellis, and I'm really looking forward to it. Sooner or later you will be able to pick your second ID group, and because we're going for a waddle swarm, we will take as a second ID group influence. Because with influence we get liberty desire in subject minus 10% and vassal force limit contribution plus 100%. Combines it with marcher lords plus another 100%. We have a lot of troops from our vassals. Thank you. The advantage of being a trade republic, you always have awesome leaders like 666, and he's only 54 years old. Maybe he survives 10 more years. You will be ahead in technology a lot. So you always get this kind of innovativeness, and this will help you even to be and stay on top. When you're continuing growing your country, you will get more merchants because we are a merchant republic. One is inside of the Hanseatic ideas of Lübeck, another one you get from Plutocratic. It's very important then you put your merchants in a way that you always steer your trade power back to your main trade node into Lübeck. So I already put one down here in the Rhineland area, so that all the Strasbourg and Cologne trade goes into my harbor, and additionally we put down one into the Vienna trade node, because with putting a merchant there gives us additionally trade power. And with this trade power, right now I got 11%, I'm able to add Regensburg, Ulm or even Salzburg to my trade node, because to add them you always need to have at least 1% of trade power inside of the node, and with that we have covered that, so we get more future vassals. These 25 ducats, where if we compare that with other countries, we're already on place number 5 in the world, and the Ottomans are only 10 ducats above us. If we continue playing like that, we will very soon dominate this region. So just follow the mission tree and stick to the ideas, and you will have very soon a very strong vassal swarm. As the third idea, I strongly recommend going for economy, because economy really helps you developing your countries, your vassals later, and additionally combined with influence, it gives you another 100% of vassal force limit contribution. Back into the future, guys. So this is how Lübeck could look like almost 100 years later. So we are the strongest power in comparison with force limit and manpower. Additionally, we have the strongest income in the world. We are more than 50 ducats above the Ottomans. We are steering trade from Rhineland, from Saxony, from Vienna, from Novgorod, from the Baltic Sea, from the North Sea. Everything is traded into the Luebeck Trade Node. And we additionally have the most powerful trade node in the world. 77, nobody has more than us. We are getting pretty rich. Expansion routes for the Hanseatic League are pretty straightforward. Denmark is one of your first goals. I was able to snatch away Denmark and made them my vassal and later my march. Additionally, you can expand into the south and get more of the Vienna and the Rhineland node. Additionally, another option would be an expansion far east. Privet to my Russian neighbors. Do you know my mother-in-law lives actually here in Torzhok? Additionally, if you're that far in the game, because you're a trade republic, all your vassals will transfer trade power to you. What you could do is, you could change to a monarchy and become as a Hanseatic League with a lot of vassals, the emperor, or I would recommend, because I'm already rivaling Austria, dismantling the empire and just make everything a huge big trade powerhouse for you. Summarizing, your first steps should be expanding to Saxe-Lauenburg, Lüneburg and Celle. Afterwards try to get Mecklenburg. Afterwards go to the Weser area, and then everything what is on the Baltic coast. If you have the possibility to snatch Brandenburg or Saxony, make it your vassal and purchase electorate or make Austria transfer it to you. Idea-wise, go for plutocratic, influence, economic. The fourth idea is actually already up to you, because you will be the strongest nation in the world. It would be funny to take additionally quality, because with quality you get more income from your vassals, and additionally you get more discipline from the policies. A fourth idea group option next to quality would be expansion. With expansion you can expand into Americas. You will have a lot of colonists over there and colonize the North American route and maybe go even down to the Caribbean. If you expand over there, you will make England and Spain your enemies, but sooner or later you have to do it, because they want to steal your trade from Lübeck into the English Channel. So expanding to North America and afterwards beating down England or Spain is a very good idea. Summarizing the government ideas would be republicanism or meritocratic rule as tier 2. In tier 3, you pick frequent elections. In tier 4, you have two options: expand the temporal rights or maintain the balance of power if you're troubling with the equilibrium of your estates. As the fifth idea, pick Union of States for more global trade power. If you are struggling with government capacity, go to administrative divisions. In tier 6, you pick supremacy of the diet. Every time when you pick it, you get republic tradition by 2 or even more. Tier 7, you start picking empower the burghers for trade efficiency and global trade power. Later, you can change to Lockean Provisio. It gives development cost minus 5% and goods produced plus 5%. You can only pick it if you have economic ideas. In tier 8, you go all power cost minus 2, the other ones are trash. Tier 10, I would go for citizenry, moral of army 10%. Tier 11, you go for appointment by committee for advisor costs and more advisors. Tier 12, I would go for strengthen the executive powers. Or you could go for federal senate if you are expanding a lot and you need government capacity, because with that one, expand administration costs will be strongly reduced. In the end, after the 16th century, I would change a few government reforms so that you get more maximum absolutism. With maximum absolutism, your army will strike harder and currency get cheaper. Thanks a lot for watching my guide. This is Lübeck, a lion of the north, and I think one of the most powerful contenders to dominate the Baltic Sea. If you liked the video, please leave a comment below and like my channel, subscribe to it. It would mean a lot to me. Additionally, if I get 100 likes to that video, I will continue with the Hanseatic Legion and dismantle the empire.